Two compounds, same molecular target. One is the most prescribed diabetes drug in history. The other is a plant extract you can buy on Amazon for $12. Both activate AMPK, the master longevity switch. Both lower blood sugar, reduce inflammation, and show anti-aging effects in research. But which one actually extends human life? I analyzed every clinical trial, every meta-analysis, and every longevity study on both compounds. Here's the definitive answer. Metformin has been prescribed to diabetics since 1957. Over 1 billion patient years of safety data exists. But in 2014, researchers noticed something strange. Diabetics taking metformin were living longer than non-diabetics who weren't taking it. Not just longer than other diabetics, longer than healthy people. A UK biobank study of 180,000 patients found that type 2 diabetics on metformin had 15% lower all-cause mortality compared to matched non-diabetic controls. How does it work? Metformin activates AMPK, the same pathway activated by exercise and caloric restriction. AMPK suppresses mTOR, activates autophagy, improves mitochondrial function, and reduces chronic inflammation. The TAME Trial, targeting aging with metformin, is the first FDA-approved clinical trial testing a drug specifically for aging. Results are expected by 2027. Berberine is an alkaloid extracted from plants including golden seal and Oregon grape. A 2008 study in Metabolism found that berberine lowered blood glucose as effectively as metformin in type 2 diabetics. A 2012 meta-analysis of 14 randomized controlled trials confirmed comparable results. The mechanism is nearly identical to metformin. Berberine activates AMPK through inhibition of mitochondrial complex 1. But berberine has additional mechanisms metformin lacks. It modulates gut microbiome composition more aggressively and activates SIRT1, the longevity gene, which metformin does not directly affect.
Let's compare them directly. Blood glucose control, roughly equivalent. Both reduce fasting glucose by 20 to 30%. AMPK activation, equivalent at standard doses. Anti-inflammatory effects. Berberine may have a slight edge due to additional gut microbiome modulation. Bioavailability. Metformin wins decisively. Berberine has notoriously poor oral bioavailability. Only 5% reaches systemic circulation. Newer formulations, like dihydroberberine, improve absorption 5-fold. Safety data. Metformin wins by volume, 60-plus years of prescription use. Longevity-specific evidence. Metformin wins. The UK Biobank data and the ongoing TAME trial provide weight of evidence berberine cannot yet match. Cost and accessibility. Berberine wins. Available over the counter for $10 to $20 per month. Based on the evidence, here's my framework. If you can get a metformin prescription, metformin is the stronger choice. The safety data is unmatched. Typical longevity dose, 500 milligrams twice daily. If you cannot access metformin, berberine is a reasonable alternative. Use dihydroberberine for better absorption. Important, do not combine metformin and berberine without medical supervision. They target the same pathway, and stacking can cause dangerous hypoglycemia. Exercise timing. Both may blunt the hypertrophic response to resistance training. Consider cycling off on heavy training days. If I had to choose one compound for longevity, with current evidence, it's metformin. Not because it's necessarily more effective, but because the safety data and longevity-specific research are incomparably stronger. However, berberine is a legitimate alternative that targets the same fundamental pathway. The best answer might be neither if you're already practicing intermittent fasting, zone 2 cardio, and maintaining metabolic health through lifestyle. These interventions activate AMPK naturally, without any pharmaceutical risk. Subscribe for weekly longevity science. Next week, we're putting it all together into a single integrated longevity protocol.